Hello, I'm Travis Gebhart, a rancher from Northwestern South Dakota, where I raise beef, corn, sunflowers, and wheat, as well as a lot of hay for feed for the cattle. And behind me you can see some of the cows eating hay as we speak. Now, you can tell by the way I'm dressed, it's about 5 degrees below zero out here today, right now. We're looking at a high this afternoon of about 7 degrees above zero, but yesterday we never did reach zero. So it's pretty chilly, and it makes it incredibly important that every cow and every calf have adequate feed and open water every single day. And that's what I'm going to show you, what we do on the ranch today and kind of what our life entails here. This is the start of the mixing process for the feeder cattle. The north bin has wheat screenings, the south bin has corn gluten pellets, but we're not currently involving them in the ration. And then up the auger on the left hand side there, you can see about a 2-inch line coming up that auger, and that's our liquid feed supplement. It's a molasses-based protein supplement with a full mineral package, and it's really the key to providing a perfectly balanced ration for these feeder calves. Here you can see we're loading the mixer wagon for the feeder calves and the replacement heifers as well. This load is actually for the replacement calves. Straight ahead there, that's sorghum silage mixed with wheat screenings we put up in September. To the left of that, that's our corn silage pile. And then to the left of the corn silage, you can see two different piles of ground hay. One of them is a grass alfalfa mix, and the other one is ground millet hay. We blend these four feedstuffs together to create a well-balanced ration for all of the calves, as well as the 2-year-old replacement heifers out in the pasture. Here we're delivering feed to the first pen with the mixer wagon. Right here beside me is one of the water tanks. Of course, we got to make sure every morning and night that the water is open. Of course, it's about 5 degrees below zero right now, so water freezing up can be a serious issue. But if you got a decent lid on the tank, it makes a big difference. So we don't have very many issues with this tank here. We have very little issue. Here's another water tank. This water tank is in our one pen of steer calves. It's a fiberglass tank. It's got a big dome behind it. It's about a 1,000-gallon tank. Big insulated dome to keep it from freezing up, and it works really well. You can see the windbreak here. It's in the corner of a V windbreak to keep all of the wind off from it. Here you see we're in another pen of black steer calves. You'll also perhaps notice that we've got some 2-year-old bulls in here. We winter them with a pen of steer calves. The young side of the bulls we winter with a pen of steer calves so that they can put on weight and stay fat and happy for next year. Behind us there you may notice a pen of heifer calves anxiously awaiting their turn to be fed. Here we're distributing feed for the last pen of steer calves. In this pen you can see there's I believe 8 older bulls that we're wintering with the steer calves, put weight on them, and they will be sold to the retail market. Here we're distributing feed to the last pen of steer calves, going down a bunk line there in the back. Steers are always curious, so they come right up to see what's going on. Not used to a camera. Over here to the right, we've got a V windbreak with the water in the corner. It helps keep the wind off the water, keep it thawed out. And of course the windbreak, the cattle can get in there behind that in a windy day, stay out of the wind and stay a lot warmer. Right now there isn't much wind, so it's not bothering them, but the temperature is about 5 degrees below zero, so it's pretty chilly. But they're good Angus cattle, and they're meant for the environment. Here I just finished feeding the herd bulls. They got fed out of a mixer wagon just like for the calves, just a different mixture of the 4 products. And right there you can see a bale feeder where they can fill up anytime they'd like, day or night. It's always got feed in it. There's the other tractor and mixer wagon. More bulls eating, and yet some more bulls eating. Over here you can see the water tank where they can drink. That's fed out of a pipeline, so it's always got fresh, clean water. Then over here, despite how open it is up on top, they've got all the protection they could ever dream about right down here in this deep wooded draw. Here you can see I'm getting ready to feed the bred heifers out of the same mixer wagon as I fed the bulls. Bred heifers also get a mixed ration. They're still growing in their bone structure, so they get better feed than the mature cows do. the background there you can see there's 3 different bale feeders where they can have free choice hay anytime they'd like, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In the background you can see the good wooded draw here that these heifers also have for protection. Despite what you may think, a good wooded crick is better protection than any man-made structure. You get down in the bottom of that on a horrible storm and you can barely feel that there's anything going on above. If you can see right there in the background, this side of the creek, that's where they get their water. There's a tank there inside of that little windbreak piece. You can see the heifers all coming in for the feed from the mixer wagon. It tastes a lot better than the bale feeder hay. This is a group of mature cows. All of the mature cows are on a straight hay diet. Therefore we get by feeding them with a pickup and a bale bed, which you see here unrolling a bale. It's a hydro bed on the back of the pickup. It's a hydraulically driven bed. It runs off of a belt-driven hydraulic pump on the motor with the electromagnetic clutch to turn it on and off. They work very well. They allow us to not have to start a tractor at every place to feed the cows. We just go between them with a pickup. Here you can see the cows enjoying breakfast. Here we're feeding another group of mature cows. We're feeding these with the hydro bed again. Just rolling bales out on the ground. They are on a straight hay diet. Here on the ranch, the number one priority every day in the wintertime, this time of year, is to make sure that everybody is properly fed and watered. For the cows, that means making sure their water tank is open every day and unrolling bales. For the calves, that means feeding them with the mixer wagon twice a day, morning and night, and of course making sure their water is open. For the younger bred animals, that's feeding them with the mixer wagon and bales, but just once a day. And the same for the bulls. Here you can see a couple of our trucks sitting. They're not going anywhere today. The one on the left is loaded with sunflowers to go to the local elevator and bring home a feed stuff. The one on the right will be loaded with corn, take it to the ethanol plant and bring home dry distiller's grains for the cattle as well. I hope that you've enjoyed the video today, and I hope that it's been an educational experience for you and understanding a little bit more about the life of a rancher here in South Dakota. Thank you.